Dr. Johnson, have you seen your latest online patient review? Oh, Billy, now I know it's easy to get caught up in trying to get perfect reviews, but you really can't focus on that as a physician, right, Dr. Keene? It's true, physician reviews tend to be written by people with an axe to grind. Yeah, but I feel like some reviews are important, right? A lot of times, doctors get negative reviews for things they can't even control. I've gotten negative reviews for long waits in the ER or even cold soup from the cafeteria. Yeah, but Dr. Johnson, this feels different. Remember, people with a negative experience are far more likely to leave a review than someone with a positive experience. This person sounds like they had a really negative experience, though. There's nothing to be gained from focusing on the past, Billy. Well, now, Dr. Johnson, perhaps if there's a specific point of constructive criticism, you could use it as a way to improve. Dr. Keene, don't be silly. These are basically internet trolls you're talking about, looking for any minor detail to complain about, and I frankly don't want to hear it. I think this needs to be heard. Go ahead and read it, Billy. Billy, no, please don't. Dr. Johnson was on time, but proceeded to call me ma'am when he greeted me, which I think is a little old-fashioned. See? Harping on a minor point. Nothing to... He then turned off all the lights in the exam room and lit a series of candles while performing some kind of perverse Gregorian chant. I'm sorry? Now, hold on a minute. He then took off his white coat and then his shirt and started covering himself in this strange orange paint. He handed it to me and asked me to put it on my face. When I asked why, he simply started chanting a strange Latin phrase, which I later Googled and roughly translates to, "The beast will be unleashed." Donald, you're gonna believe some random internet comment? This is craziness. You covered yourself in orange paint? It was just chalk, okay? So it is true then. Well, true in what sense? Dr. Johnson then began crab walking around the room while howling like a deranged chimpanzee of some kind. I pleaded with him to stop, but that only made him howl louder. I finally turned on the light and he covered his face and ran from the room screaming. What in God's name? Okay, now hold on. I think I'm remembering this patient now. I should certainly hope you remember the patient. Oh, I'm sorry I had a bad day. Is that a crime? You undressed in front of a patient, Donald. I'm pretty sure that literally is a crime. God forbid I slip up once in my career. A slip up would be interrupting a patient when they're trying to ask you something, not crab walking around the room covered in paint. Chuck. You've got to be joking right now, Donald. Dr. Johnson entered the exam room riding on a pink tricycle. He told me I had beautiful shoes and then began trying to rip them off my feet, shouting that he wanted to eat them. There's more! You went back in the room? Hold on, that's not fair. I remember this. The tricycle was a completely different patient. That makes it worse, Donald. Dr. Johnson, there are dozens of reviews like that on here. That's quite enough. I did not come here to be harassed. In fact, I'm late for clinic, so I better be getting my stuff together. What are you? So I can go take care of some patients. Absolutely not. Billy, call the state medical board right now. Billy, move out of the way. How has no one done this before?